Right, this is the bike that's not running at the moment, only because when I first got it, it had no lights, no fairings or anything. The guy literally just had the fuel tank area covered, really, with a little bit of crappy metal and plastic at the back, because they tried to turn it into some kind of street racer. They even cut the back of the frame, which was terrible. I couldn't fit any of the fairings or the seats on at the back, so I had to buy a brand new frame for this bike. Got all the paperwork for that from another country, swapped it all over, and now it all fits perfectly on there, and I've gradually paid out to get the fairings put on this thing. The thing is that I didn't know what went on this bike, so what I did is bought that black one and copied what was on it and find out what was missing. And luckily enough, when I bought that black bike, it was already part of two bikes put together, because all that was wrong with the one bike that the guy originally had was that the chassis was, or the frame itself was twisted or something, where the guy used to race it. So the bloke went and brought another bike, broke it down and fixed it all back up again, and ended up with loads of spares. As you can see. And so obviously I had a lot that I could use and put back onto my bike, which is how far I've got so far. But what I wanted to do was clean up the carburetor, because they were saying that apparently with the carburetor you'll have to, clear it out just in case any fuel damaged it or anything. So that's what I did. I bought parts to fix it, and unfortunately it's done now since I've done it, because I've got the other bike running and going. I've got the carburetors here. There's one carburetor, and the second one's just in this one. So you've got two to choose from, one from the old bike, one originally from this bike. So you've got those to choose from. You've got loads of spare parts of different things everywhere around here. Just trying to know what's in here and what's not. Got a spray can for stuff on that lot. You got a sports racing saddle and top box, what it came with. Another cover the fuel tank. Old wires for the actual switches, because I need to get some new ones. Another exhaust pipe. Do whatever you want to swap it around or not. It came with a front fairing and filter. And you got air filter. You then also got these pipes. Now these pipes here, not that you can see them at all, they sit on top of the engine which connects to the carburetor. When I looked over there at the time, they looked a little cracked, so I went and bought some new ones that weren't cracked to replace it. They're used still, but they'll be able to work properly. On top of here, you got old indicators. You got the book for everything. Loads of spare bits and pieces in here. You've got an entire box full of anything and everything. This here is actually for charging your battery, which you probably already know. And you've even got the part that actually attaches to the battery, so you don't need to worry. So it all comes together, so you can keep recharging the battery. I only took it off because I found it a pain to have it at the side there. But there is an unlimited amount of different spares and different things in here. I'll take me forever to go through everything, but I'm sure if you went and bought it, you get it. Over here we've got sprockets I can feel in the bag there, so you can replace sprockets if it gets wrong. Fuel tank, mud guard for the rear, that's a box for the battery, well, that's for the gears, all different mechanisms, stuff like that. Some more spares, those go onto the frame for the wires to go through, and yeah, well, that's obviously, you know what that is. I have more stuff to do with the gears, gearbox. Those are all the cogs that go inside the engine, if you want to do anything different to the engine, I guess, or just want to replace bits on the engine. Some spark plugs. I believe that's to do with the DNA on the black bike, I believe. Clean and spray. Another airbox. Another exhaust. If you want to try and put different speedo on, you got a spare speedo wire. Different front fairing for racing. Doesn't fit all that great though, I don't think. That's off of the airbox. Another fuel tank. And if we look over here, we've got other bits to hold the exhaust on, and also does the front brake. Actually underneath there is a actual bike chain inside there, very heavy. All this stuff that's laid out on the floor here is all from the boxes, it goes inside the boxes here. It's got air pipes, all sorts. You got brakes, rear brake from the looks of it, and also a box for the water. This right here is this is what came off the bike originally when I didn't have any electricals to it. So this is so you can actually only ride the bike in the daytime, where you don't even have a speedo either. So I wanted to be able to use a speedo because my black bike originally came with a spare speedo, so I put it into this bike. So the mileage isn't the same, but I've even put the headlight in, top light there. I've just gone out and tried to make this bike work, but I just haven't bothered with the carburetor. If I put the carburetor back in, it'll work fine, as long as I also put the wire loom in. Wire looms you can get off eBay quite easily. You just might have to get the relays and stuff like that join in the back. I've got 2 brand new spare batteries, or at least one of them's brand new, the other one's what came with the bike. Yeah, we've got the keys for it and everything, so it's all good. I've just had to change the wiring around a little bit because some of the wires that came with the wire loom weren't all that great, but everything actually works surprisingly enough. So right, over here, this is for the rear saddle, that goes over the top there and bolt in. It's done for my bike originally, but it works on this one too, so you know, it looks like it hasn't got passenger seat on the back. And then also we've got these parts here, so they go, probably got it on the wrong side. Either way, these go back into the sides there, so I'm guessing that one goes over this side. I could be completely wrong, which I probably am. Something along those lines. It might actually be for my black bike, I don't know. I can't remember. Either way, they go in somewhere. Sounds really bad when you don't know. Oh, there you go. Goes in like that. Sort of thing, goes in the side there for those bits. Whatever they're called, I don't know. I've also bought new fairing bolts for everything. The side fairings here are all the way in my garage here. Or garage, shed. So they're just sat at the side there, waiting to be put back on. Also, if the both bikes and all the parts, everything all sells together, you can also get this engine holder. I don't know what they're actually called, engine mount thing. I used it to help me swap the engine over from one frame to another, so you can get that with it as well. Also, there is a spare rear wheel, I believe. No, sorry, spare front wheel. Yeah, spare front wheel. That's that. I think that covers everything really, all the bits that are here. And also I got all the keys for the bike to make it all work. Just got to figure out which one's which. Even actually replaced the locks on this, so and bought new saddles for this. There's it. There you go. Saddle came off. Right, originally, as most people know, battery goes here. You got a relay for the indicators down here, and also up here there is a part where it controls the power of the whatever goes into the bike and out of the bike. And if I lift up here, you'll see where it's missing the carburetor. All the wires go back together quite nicely once it's done. These are the parts I was on about. These, I got 4 new ones for these. Kept it all sealed up so nothing goes inside the engine because I didn't want the engine to get damaged. So you can fit the carburetor back on, put the battery on, get the wire loom that you need to join it all together in the middle here, which is easy enough. They can even show you in a video on YouTube where it goes, and yeah, it's pretty much good to go. I mean, I don't know whether it'll pass an MOT or not. I mean, my other one didn't. It's also missing the mirrors. There is one spare mirror over there, so you could actually go and buy only one other extra mirror if you want to, or just get a brand new set of whatever you like. I replaced all these just so they were all working correctly, because some reason somebody took them out. Don't know, probably just to make it more capable of being able to work with no electronics. So, but yeah, it's all there. Gonna be upside down. Don't want it to be upside down. Yeah. Side of the bike. I've only got the green wire on there because I was holding the bike cover down. So yeah. It's even got this, although I don't know if any of my keys work on it though. If you want to replace it, you can. It's supposed to lock something onto it, maybe a helmet, not too sure what. Yeah. I've even got a new seal for this. It's in my drawer. New seal to replace there and that lot, because when I took it off, because the cable unclipped, I had to clip it back on again, because I was taking off the carburetor and it got loose. Yeah, I went in there and saw the seal was all gunky, so I bought a new seal for it. So there's a new seal for that, and like I said before, there should be some new seals for the carburetor as well, where they can be fitted. So I made sure I got double, one for my black bike and one for this bike. Yeah, that's pretty much covers everything. I even replaced all the exhaust pipes because it came with a spare new exhaust system, so it all looks nice and shiny. If anything, if you wanted to, you could actually take this one off of this bike and go put it on the black bike. All depends on how much effort you want to put into all of it, but either way, the black bike, including all this and that bike, you can get it all, and you get it including that engine mount for, stupidly enough, for a car. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.